morning, Addie. It's so nice to see you again.
Morning.
Can I have a seat here?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you meeting with me today. I know you're probably very busy, so I won't waste any of your time. Before we get started, here's my business card. If you ever have any questions after today's meeting, please do not hesitate to give me a call. My phone number and my email are on there. So yeah, just a little bit about myself before we start. I've been with Salesforce since I graduated from UGA and have had the opportunity to grow within the company. This past year was actually one of our top sales associates, and I've actually had a lot of experience implementing our solution in companies similar to yours.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I know we only have 20 minutes, so I want to lay out an agenda for you. First, if it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your role in your company and some of the values of Yeti. Then I would like to learn about any concerns you might have. And then finally, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Salesforce and the things we offer and explore some solutions that we could potentially address any of your concerns. Before I start, is there anyone else who would benefit from being in this meeting?
I will have to consult with my team later on after this meeting, but for today, it's just me.
Awesome. So after our conversation at the game this weekend, I understand that y'all are experiencing a large amount of growth and increase in sales. Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it really has been awesome working here and experiencing all of this growth, but it definitely has been a lot of work for each of our departments.
Oh, I can imagine. You also mentioned that you started a new role. Could you maybe tell me a little bit more about your role and some of your day-to-day responsibilities?
Yeah, so as the IT Associate Director, I'm in charge of all of the systems that the rest of our employees use. I work closely with each department each day to make sure the systems they use are the best at getting their jobs done. So, for example, I recently met with our Sales Director, and he is absolutely swamped right now trying to keep track of his sales team activity. That's one of the reasons I was eager to meet with you today, as we're in the process of trying to find a product that would make this easier for him.
Wow, okay, and I can imagine. How long do you think he spends each day tracking his sales team's activities?
I know that he tries to get this completed at the end of each day to allow for more accurate numbers, and he usually doesn't leave the office until around 8 p.m. So even with all of this work, there's still an occasional error that could lead to false numbers as well.
Wow, that's crazy. So I definitely understand his desire for a simpler solution that would cut down his workload, and I can only imagine how much his workload has increased with your increase in sales that you have experienced. How would you say the rest of the company is handling the growth?
I think we're currently handling it the best we know how and are trying to adapt our current resources, but I believe it could be done more efficiently. We're experiencing growth that is not projected to stop anytime soon, so I think it's important for our company to really explore those options and make this growth possible and easier for our employees. I know that I've heard a lot of frustrations from each department, and that feels like it's due to this growth we are losing the core values of our company and the process of trying to keep up.
Okay, and what would you say some of those core values are?
Well, the people that started this company wanted to provide for their customers and fix the issues they were having with inefficient coolers. Through this process, they felt it was important to maintain a relationship with their customers and really build the brand loyalty with each product. The large amount of growth that we have experienced has separated us from our customer due to the fact that the rest of the company is still simply trying to catch up.
That makes sense. Well, I did a little research about your company before this meeting, and if I understand this correctly, your company sells to consumers and dealers. Could you tell me a little bit more about this process?
Yeah, so we have a large demand from both individual consumers and our dealers. Our sales team mainly focuses on the dealers, while our marketing team focuses on the individual consumers.
Okay.
We're currently using 2 different systems for each, and then we hold meetings each week to kind of collaborate and share what has happened during that week. So our sales team is visiting dealers and making sure that they are up to date with inventory and promotional displays, as well as seeking out potential dealers in the process. And then our marketing team, on the other hand, focuses on individual consumers and how to better target them.
Okay, so your sales team, you said that they focus on the dealers. How are they currently keeping track of the dealers and their order history?
Yeah, we're currently using a very outdated system that requires our sales rep to manually enter each dealer in and also individually enter in their inventory status and orders.
Okay, and then your marketing department, they focus on the individual consumers. How are they keeping track of that?
They use a different system. They also have to wait for each customer to be entered in, and then they can start planning campaigns and marketing activities around that. During the meeting once a week, one of the goals is to get the information about consumers from the previous week and then go forth with any marketing strategies.
Okay, so based on your experience that you've had so far, do you have any concerns about this current process?
Well, like I said, we're using 2 different systems, so it definitely adds some separation between those departments and customer segments. So our marketing department is experiencing a lag due to the fact that they often have to wait for the meeting each week to get that customer info from the previous week. And then also, our sales teams currently don't have the ability to share activities among sales reps yet. So we have experienced a lot of overlap due to the sales reps not knowing what someone else is already taking care of, and a dealer or reach out to them. So with our recent growth, I think we're missing out on a lot of opportunities to support and build our customers because of the outdated system.
I understand that, and I can imagine that those meetings each week take some time to get everyone caught up. How long would you estimate that these meetings take?
Oh yeah, they're definitely pretty long. They take about 2 hours, and I know that me and the other employees find it hard to get all of our work done on those days just because those meetings take so much time out of our day. And then also, if an employee does happen to miss that meeting, they're often out of the loop for the next week.
I can understand that too. So would you say it would be more beneficial if you had a single CRM system where both departments could work and collaborate in the same place? And I think this could also save you some time in those meetings too.
Yeah, of course. I think that would definitely be more efficient and useful for our time during the day. Like I said, preparing for those meetings and sitting through the actual meeting is very time consuming, and I never really thought of all the time that we were wasting and missing out on other work.
Right. So you also mentioned some of the inconsistencies between each sales rep and sharing the activities that already have been completed. Could you tell me a little bit more about this?
Yeah, actually, I think one of our main concerns is finding a CRM system that would help sales reps avoid this. We also have many sales reps who are remote and work out of the office, so a CRM system that is mobile enabled is also a concern of ours.
Okay, so I made some notes so far, and I just want to make sure that I have all of this correct. It sounds like some of your main concerns, though, are the ability to track the sales team activity, a system that allows a single point for customer information and order history, and also a mobile-enabled system for remote sales reps. Have I missed any of your other main concerns?
Yeah, one other thing is we would like the ability to track our growth and areas of concern. So the sales and marketing team have both expressed to me that not only are they having trouble keeping track of customers and orders, but they're also missing out on the opportunity to improve any areas that might not be doing so well.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely important, especially in your current situation of such large amounts of growth. I could also see how this might affect your customers' satisfaction with your products if you're unable to recognize areas that are obviously not performing as well.
Yeah, you're actually right. That definitely is something that is affected that I never thought of.
Well, thank you for all this great information. I would like to show you a quick demo of Salesforce just to allow you a glimpse of our product and some of the things it offers. Do you mind if I come over there?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Great. So I actually created a demo account for Yeti, and of course this is not everything, but it will give you an idea of Salesforce and how it could work for your company. So our platform is customizable in almost every aspect. So if there's an area that you think could be changed to better fit a department, then we absolutely can work with you. And also I could go on for days and days about the features of that Salesforce offers, but I want to focus on the specific benefits for your company. And I'm going to walk you through each page, but I want you to control the mouse just to see how simple it is. The main areas I want to focus on in this demo are the sales team tracking abilities, as well as the access to all customer information and order history.
Okay.
So here you're looking at the main interface.
Okay.
This will look the same for each user when they log in. Of course, a manager can customize the settings to see who views what, but for the most part, everyone sees the same thing.
Okay, awesome.
And so first, each sales team will receive a individual login. So once each sales member logs in with their specific login, then any activity that they do or any action that they complete will be credited to their name. So your sales director can go onto the dashboard tab right here. And as you can see, there's a record of each sales rep's activities in real time.
Okay.
So this will allow your sales directors to see who might be underperforming, where sales reps are spending their time and what activities they might not be performing. So I know you mentioned that your sales director is overwhelmed with trying to track the sales team, and Salesforce provides a platform for this to be done just by a click of a button.
Okay, cool.
Next, I would also like to point out on the top of the page the different departments that are all on the same platform. So right here you have your sales department, and they're different dashboards. And once again, they're all customizable. And then right next to it, you have the marketing department and all of their dashboards. I think this could benefit you in bringing each department into one platform and could potentially decrease or even eliminate the need for those weekly meetings. Mm-hmm. So I also wanted to show you a demo account that I created. Search Atencio right here in the search bar. So it pulls up my account. So from this page, you can see every activity that one of your employees has created. Whether this is a dealer or an individual customer, you will be able to see when an email was sent, when a phone call was made, who visited me in person, and you'll also be able to see a list of all of my past Yeti products that I have brought.
Okay. Wow, I mean, I had no idea it was possible to keep track of all that in one spot. I think this will especially benefit our marketing team as they'll be able to see past order history and then create better campaigns to a more specific audience.
Definitely, and you're right. It would also help in solving those inconsistencies between sales reps. So if you were a sales rep who pulled up my account, we would be able to see in real time who reached out to me and when. Mm-hmm. This would also allow your sales reps to move on and focus on other accounts that are already in the process with a different sales rep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so finally the last thing that I know we didn't really talk about, but from my experience, I think it would be beneficial to your company and its growth. The leads tab, or the potential customers, are very important to any company and contribute a large amount of growth. So, as you mentioned, the entire company is busy catching up with all the growth we've already experienced. Mm-hmm. And I think this might be taking away time from focusing on the potential growth. So, on our reports tab right here, you can run any report on customers in your system. So you can customize this by geographic location or for marketing purposes, or you can find past buying history for the sales team.
Okay, that's really cool, and that seems like a lot of flexibility in the reports you can run.
Yeah, so finally the last thing I just want to mention is that all of these features are also accessible on using mobile devices. So this could benefit your sales reps who are remote and allow them to keep up with activities that when they're out of the office, and also maintain that real-time benefit for all of the other employees.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you have any other questions that I can answer with this demo?
No, I think you pointed everything out and answered all the questions I have.
Great. Well, the final thing that I want to do with you is something that I think is really helpful and allows you to see kind of the full picture.
Okay.
So as we were talking, I drew up a value equation that basically shows all the concerns you expressed on one side.
Okay.
And then on the other side, I want to go over the cost of Salesforce.
Okay.
So as you can see, I wrote down each concern you expressed. Starting with the ability to track the sales team. You mentioned that your sales director was often staying in the office until 8 p.m. each night. And still wasn't coming up with the correct numbers often. So this is costing your sales director about 3 hours each day, which is amounting to about 15 hours each week. I think he would maybe better use these 15 hours a week doing something different. Mm-hmm. Also, your current system is lacking a single point for information in the inconsistencies between sales reps and sales activities. So based on my past experience with companies similar to yours, I would estimate this is costing you about 34% of potential accounts.
Wow.
So we have found that when sales reps use Salesforce, they're actually 34% more efficient, which brings in about 24% more in revenue. So based on your current revenue, I've found that you're already missing out on a potential for $108 million being brought in by increased efficiency in your sales reps.
Oh, wow.
So finally, you lack the current ability to monitor the areas of growth and concern, and this could potentially lead to customer dissatisfaction and eventually lead to a decrease in sales or the lost opportunity to expand in an area of growth. Mm-hmm. So next for the cost. Based on our research, you have a little over 350 employees in your company, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so for each member to have access to Salesforce on a monthly basis, it would cost you this here.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll have to go over everything with the rest of my team, but that definitely sounds like a reasonable number compared to everything we would be saving as well. So all of the information that you've given me is great, and I I'm still just a little hesitant about how this would work for a company like ours.
I totally understand. And like I've said, I have a lot of experience dealing with companies similar to yours.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like, I can share some of the statistics that I've seen with a company that I recently implemented Salesforce in about a year ago.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Great. So my client was actually in the power tools industry, and like yourself, was experiencing a large amount of growth and was looking for a CRM system that could keep up with all this growth. We were not only able to go in and implement Salesforce to keep track of the current customers, we also saw a large amount of growth in their accounts, sales, and new leads. I created this document to just show the kind of areas of each growth and also the amount of time we saw saved in the process. So within the first 18 months of implementing Salesforce, they found a 200% increase in their new leads, 40% increase in their new accounts, and then 30% increase in product orders.
Oh wow, I mean that really is helpful and definitely reassuring to hear that it works for someone like us. I really think that Salesforce could be a great fit in this company, and I'm excited to share this information with the rest of my team.
Yeah, well, of course, if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact me.
Yeah, I mean, great. Let's set up a meeting for this time next week, and I'd like to include the rest of the team in the meeting if that's okay with you.
Great, that would be awesome. Well, thanks again for your time, and it was nice seeing you, and I will see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks for meeting me.